Good evening, everyone. Hold up, let me do something really quick that I did not think to do. Yikes. Make sure all my other mics and audio is cut off. And so I hope the lighting is pretty. Working with a little bit new lighting. So I pray that everyone is doing amazing this evening. We'll see how comments and everything goes, if I can see where I can see them. So, where they are. Perfection. I think we are doing really, really good. I'm just going to wait another few seconds before we really get deep into. Usually this is Thursdays, and so we come on about 8:15. And let's get up my banner. What tonight's topic is about. So I definitely want to thank you for joining me this evening for our nightly devotional. This week's topic is when God says no. And with that, today's topic is God's no will save you from yourself. Not sometimes, all the time, the word no is so devastating. Most people don't want to hear it. Most people don't want to deal with it. They want what they want when they want and how they want it. And it can be like, well, why do I got to do this? And what's going on? And why can't I, have this now? But again, no, it will save you from yourself. Trust me, it will save you. It will so save you from yourself. When I think of the several no's that God has given me, sometimes if He hadn't told me no, we wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be in front of you to even discuss this. I've always taught, I've always been, diligent and, doing what God has wanted. But there's so many times I tried to veer off to do my own thing. And He was like, no, you can't do that because I really need you in this moment. And it was devastating because it was just like, well, why can't I do what I want to do? But Him telling me no saved me from me, because I didn't know really what I wanted or what I was supposed to do. I know what I thought. I know what looked good. I know what felt comfortable. But I really didn't, know what it was that I really wanted out of life. When I think of Him telling me no, because of His no, I'm in the process I have of, finishing a book and being a part of one and another. And I got a couple of more that's coming on point, coming down the pike, very, very soon. But had He allowed me to do me, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I can just think of the countless people I've come in contact with, who I've met, famous and unfamous, saved and unsaved, who have been such, influences and inspirations. But had He told me yes and allowed me to do what I wanted to do, then it wouldn't have happened. See, tonight's scriptures is based, I have so many mouses. Tonight's scriptures is based on two scriptures. One, of course, is one of my greatest loves. One is John 10:10, and the King James Version is, "The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly." So when He tells us no to protect us from us, it's so that we don't kill ourselves, we don't destroy ourselves, and we don't do things that's outside of the will of God. Because we're good at that. We're real good at that. That's what we do. And Lamentations the 3rd chapter, the 25th and the 26th verse, and I'm reading the Amplified Bible version. And it says, the Lord is good to those who wait confidently for him, to those who seek him on the authority of God's word. It is good that one waits quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Basically, what that means is don't complain. Don't give up a whole bunch of craziness. Don't be all upset. Don't be complaining and moping and crying. And I can't believe, he's doing this and he's not doing that. And I can't believe that I can't get this done and I can't get that done. There's a reason. Because you're not being patient. You're not allowing him to do the things that he needs to do so that he can be God. So many times we forget that we're not God. So many times we forget that we're not God. And because of that, we tend to lead ourselves down a path, and then we feel like we're superior and that we have all the answers and that we can make the decisions for ourselves as if we're God. I'm grateful for the times that he has saved me from me. I am so grateful from the times when he didn't allow certain decisions that I was trying to do, certain paths I was trying to go down, certain business decisions, certain career decisions and moves I was trying to make. He was like, no. Now, I didn't understand it at the time when he did it. Some of these decisions were years before. For most people who know me, know that my first start is in IT. That is my foundational career. Before accounting, I was writing in code. I was a programmer. I still did accounting, but that was my initial whatever. And I was deciding that I was going to do a complete whole career into IT. That's where I was at. And it seemed like no matter what I tried to do, I could never fully get into it. I had an opportunity and husband was like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not moving. And I was just like, man, I blamed it on him and I blamed him on other things. But at the end of the day, it's not what God wanted for me. It wasn't the path that he had me down. One, because I still hadn't started a healing process. I was still running from that. And two, even though I believed and, I loved the Lord, I still wasn't fully sold out. So therefore, it took some time to maneuver and get to the place that I am right now. It took some amazing highs and some devastating lows. It took rock bottom. However, my path, if he allowed me to do what I wanted to do, could have been completely altered. Not could have been, would have been completely altered. Now, it may have taken, I don't know if I would still be here in this moment. It may be longer. It may not have happened. It may be with someone else, because this moment, this purpose, this divine, nation had to move forward. So therefore, if I wasn't in place to do what he's told me to do, he would have had to put someone else in place. And see, because God knows us and he's not one to push or bombard himself if you don't want him. He knows with me, he got to be a little rough. You can't just give me simple answers. I've gotten better. Trust me, I have. But you have to be, you got to give it to me point, straight, blank, straight, no chasers. It can't be fluffy. It can't be soft. You got to tell me, this is what I got to do, where I got to be, how I got to be, and there's no ifs or buts about it. Now, other people may not require that. I do. Because if not, he will always be trying to rescue me from myself. So when he tells you no, when he says you can't do that, I don't want you to do that, it is not to hurt you. Because if he allows you to go on your own devices, you're going to hurt yourself. And so therefore, think about the people that he's positioned in you, around you, who every time you try to go off tangent, they're right there, be like, and you think they're hating. Not everyone's a hater. Not everyone is a hater. You know, Satan isn't in everything. Sometimes we are dealing with the consequences of our actions. Sometimes, God has placed people around us to hold us accountable to his word. And the reason we call them haters is because they don't want to hop, skip, and jump to what we want. That's why we call some people haters, because they call a thing, a spade, a spade. They don't mix apples and oranges. They're going to give it to you straight. And for some people, we can't handle that. So we say we have haters. That's what we do. We don't. Every time God tells you no, he is saving you from you. He is saving you from a path of craziness. I'm going to say it again. He is saving you from a path of craziness. How so? Prime example. I mean, I was that kid that can come up with the craziest things you can imagine. Crazy. And then when it falls through, I don't understand why. Like, so you were just going to jump off a building and you didn't figure out how you was going to make it down safely. I was that type of kid, I really was. I was that type of kid. I was that type of person. So therefore, God has always had to kind of tune me and bring me in. So I heard no a lot in the beginning of my journey. And I'm be honest, I haven't heard no as much right now. I still hear it. But now I know that it's for me. Now I know it's to save me from pain, to save me time, to save me from myself, so that I don't have to repeat lessons. I'm not holding up the process. I'm not being a delay in someone else's blessing because I wanted to do it my way. Sometimes the best laid plans is allowing God to be God, allowing him to do the things that he does best, and as run us, do what me have to do. God's no for me has preventing me from becoming a person, I think I could be, so that I can become the person God knows that I must be. So I think I can be mediocre great, but God knows that I must be great. So therefore, him telling me no is basically realigning my vision back to him. So I may not think I'm bee's knees, but he does. And so sometimes that no is to help me to realize that I think you are all of that in a bag of chips and then some. You are my child. And I always want nothing but the best for you, always. You're going to always have it. Because God made us. And because of that, I can guarantee his perception of our potential is infinitely higher than our own. If you've ever seen this meme on Facebook where you see two house plans, you see in your mind, for you see this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, maybe 3,000 square foot house. That's what you see. And you're like, oh, this will be good. I'm okay with that. But God sees a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom mansion that's about 8,000 to 10,000 square feet that has an office, a library, a studio, a gourmet kitchen, You name it. That's what he sees for us. We always shortchange ourselves. So therefore, telling us no is the only way he's going to realign us and to get us to understand that we are so much greater and we're so much more powerful and we have such a higher calling in him. Because him telling us no, we then begin to think how he thinks. At least I do. Because I didn't always think I deserved better or felt I deserved more. It was okay with the status quo. And now not only do I know I want better, I know I deserve better because I'm a child of the King. And he has dictated that I deserve better. He has laid it out that I deserve better and I am to get better. So who am I to change that? We wouldn't, if the King of England, if the Queen of England came over and said, you are now a king, you're not going to sit up there and be like, really? Are you sure about that? You're going to be like, and how may I assist you? You're going to fall right in line. Why do we fight God? It's time for us to fall in line with what God sees in us. It's time for us to fall in line how he is positioning us. Because he wants nothing but the best for us. We fall in line for everyone else but him. And of course, I'm guilty of that too. But it's time for us to start falling in line for him. Falling in line for what he wants, what he needs from us. Because the quicker we do that, the more he can give us. Like, I really want it all. I want all that he can give us. Bring it on. I want all that he can give. Because I know that when he does that, it's going to put me in a position to even give more and to be more and to do more, to bring more people and attract more people to him. So therefore, that is what we do. That's what we do. We attract and build and pull more. That is what we do. If nothing else, know that when he tells us no, it is to prepare us for what's next. It is basically guaranteeing us that we are where we're supposed to be. We are in the good flow of things. Because at the end of the day, what God has for us, no one, I repeat, no one can take that away from us. Because he's awesome, he's amazing, and he is all things. I want to thank you for joining us this evening for When God Says No. God's no will save you from yourself. I definitely want to thank those who are listening on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and our broadcast partners, GMAP Broadcast Network. Want to thank you. Be blessed. We will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. We will also start off with corporate prayer tomorrow before the devotional topic starts. So come on and join us. If you have a prayer request or you're seeking prayer, whatever, there's links in the description where you can find us, or you can reach out to myself or Minister Peterson. If you are a part of the group, you can place those prayer requests in the group. If you are not a part of the group and you want to be a part of us on Facebook, you can find us at Y as in yellow, V as in Victor, Daily Devotionals. Search for us. You will definitely find us, and come on and join the group. We have great bonus content. All of the videos are in there so you can catch up. If you thought you missed one and couldn't catch it, come on over and join us. Again, we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in the same location. Know that myself and Minister Peterson love you dearly. We definitely want the best for you. We want you to be blessed. Know that you are loved. And have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.